Vietnam isn't just about stunning landscapes and surreal traditions. It's loaded with bizarre, jaw-dropping surprises. From eerie deserted water parks to dishes that'll make you do a triple take, this country is full of hidden legends, curious customs, and things you won't believe exist. Buckle up, because once you see these 15 things, you'll never look at Vietnam the same way again. Number 15. Vibrant funerals. Funerals in Vietnam don't whisper, like the world does. They roar. If someone passes away, be prepared for at least 48 hours of unrelenting noise. Drums, loudspeakers, karaoke, and brass bands. It's a sensory storm that lasts for days. And it's not random. In Vietnamese tradition, this noise serves a purpose. It scares off bad spirits and clears the path for the soul's next journey. In certain northern provinces, families even hire professional mourners to cry, wail, and sing praises of the dead, especially when loved ones are too overcome by grief to speak. It might sound theatrical, but it's personal. The sound isn't just ritual music, it's love expressed through volume. You'll see neighbors pouring in, sharing meals, shedding tears, and laughing through memories. There's grief, but there's celebration too. Vietnamese funerals don't keep death quiet. They send the departed off surrounded by sound, support, and stories. It's not silence that comforts here, it's the echo of shared sorrow. But do not try it in any other place. Number 14. Water worship. Every April of every single year, the Ban Ar people of Bong Village come together for one of the most sacred events on their calendar, the water source worship ceremony. To outsiders like you and me, it may look like a village gathering, but to them, it's a spiritual pact. Water isn't just a basic need, it's a living force tied to luck, health, and prosperity. The community offers prayers, traditional food, local wine, and deep thanks to the gods who guard their water. Dressed in vibrant woven clothing, the entire village lines up to take part. Gongs echo. Elders lead chants. It's a mix of belief and gratitude. Many say the water listens, and if the gods are satisfied, the rivers remain full and the harvests stay strong. But if not, the dry season gets harder. Either way, this isn't about superstition. It's about survival, respect, and honoring the natural world. For the Ban Ar, water isn't just life. It's sacred life and worth worshiping. Number 13. Coconut worms. Sometimes eating in Vietnam feels less like a meal and more like a test of courage, and nothing proves that better than Duong Dua. And yes, they are exactly what they sound like, fat larvae that grow inside coconut trees. While it's possible to cook them on a grill or fry them in oil, the real challenge lies in eating them raw, still writhing, drenched in fish sauce. They're completely alive when you take that bite. If your stomach already turned, you're not the only one. But oddly enough, those who manage to swallow them say they're surprisingly creamy, rich, and buttery, kind of like runny egg yolk. Some call it a nightmare. Others say it's weirdly delicious. It isn't a dare or a stunt. It's a long-standing tradition. In Vietnam, food doesn't always play it safe, and Duong Dua isn't for the faint-hearted. It's eaten raw, it wriggles, and it leaves no middle ground. Number 12. Vu Lan Festival. In Vietnam, Vu Lan, also called the Ghost Festival, isn't about costumes or candy. It's the day when the gate between worlds opens and lost spirits wander freely among the living. Families prepare food, light incense, and place offerings to honor both ancestors and forgotten souls. Some meals are set outside, left untouched, just in case a hungry ghost is nearby. Just like the Chinese, these people released paper lanterns on rivers to help spirits find their way home. But there's one old belief that still lingers. If a lantern flickers out too soon, it means a spirit claimed it. There's beauty in the eeriness. Soft candlelight floating on dark water, prayers whispered into the wind. Vulan isn't loud, but it's deeply emotional. It reminds people not only to honor the dead, but to remember those with no one left to honor them. In a way, it's not about ghosts at all. It's about compassion, memory, and connection. I mean, Vietnamese are just mind-blowing. Number 11. Hmong shamans. Well, now, here's something that truly unnerves people. Hmong shamans have their own secret language. And no, it's not just poetic phrases or stylized chants. It's a set of words that even native Hmong speakers don't understand. During ceremonies, shamans speak in this cryptic tongue believed to be ancient, maybe even sacred. Some say it's the language of ancestors, a spiritual dialect passed down only to those chosen to interact with the other side. Others believe it's a divine code only spirits can hear. There's no writing, no translation, and no one teaching it in any school or college. It exists solely within ritual, spoken only in moments of trance or spiritual summoning. And when the chanting begins, people get chills. Even if you don't understand the words, something about the tone, the rhythm, the force, makes the hair on your neck stand up. It's eerie. It's powerful. And once you've heard it, you won't forget it. Number 10. Snake wine. This one might flip your stomach or spark your curiosity. In Vietnam, snake wine is exactly what it sounds like. An entire snake coiled up inside a bottle of rice liquor. Not a novelty, not for show. People drink it. A live snake is dropped into the jar, left to soak and infuse, sometimes along with a scorpion for extra intensity. It's said to boost strength, improve circulation, and supposedly help with joint pain. Whether it works or not, that bottle draws attention fast. Locals swear by it. Tourists mostly stare. Some say the taste is earthy, even smooth. Others say it's unbearable. You'll see it in rural homes, roadside shops, and traditional medicine stalls. But it's not just a drink. It's part tradition, part spectacle, and part dare. If someone offers you a sip, think twice. Once you've seen that serpent curled at the bottom of your glass, you'll either down it or never forget it. Number 9. Doll adoption practice. In Vietnam, some people take caring for dolls to a level that's far from playful. They believe in Kuman Thong, spirit dolls that aren't seen as toys, but as living vessels for supernatural forces. These dolls are dressed, spoken to, fed, and treated like actual children. Not because it's cute, but because it's believed that if you treat them well, they'll bring protection, luck, and financial success. But if you ignore or disrespect them, you're risking misfortune, illness, or worse. Some owners claim their dolls whisper at night or slightly change position when no one's watching. Others say the dolls help them win bets or guard their homes. Whether it's superstition, belief, or something unexplainable, people take it seriously. The bond isn't casual, it's spiritual. They're bathed, gifted clothes, and given birthdays. To outsiders, it might seem eerie, but for those who believe, it's not a doll. It's a companion with power, and it must be respected. But it is creepy. Number 8. Then Kin Pang Festival. Think of a festival where the main audience isn't just people, it's spirits. That's Kin Pang then, a haunting and beautiful ritual practiced by the White Thai ethnic group in Vietnam. It's not just a celebration, it's a spiritual contact. The entire event is led by the then master, a kind of shaman who chants, dances, and invites spirits to join through song and invocation. Music builds, drums echo, and every sound is carefully timed to align with the spiritual world. At certain points, the shaman may even act as a vessel, letting the spirits speak or move through them. The atmosphere grows hypnotic. You don't just watch it, you feel it. And when the festival ends, everyone hopes the spirits have returned home. It's not fear exactly, more like deep respect. Kin Pang. then isn't a show. It's an invitation to another realm, wrapped in music, color, and the unseen. Number 7. Most beautiful bay. Some places on this holy earth don't feel real, and Ha Long Bay is one of them. With over 1,600 limestone islands rising from emerald water, this UNESCO World Heritage Site looks like something drawn from a dream. Each island has its own shape, some covered in dense forest, others standing like giant stone pillars in the mist. At sunrise, the entire bay glows orange and gold. By sunset, it fades into violet and silver. But it's not just for scenery. You can kayak through caves, sail between islands, or cruise past rocks tied to centuries-old folklore. One formation called Trong Mai is said to resemble two roosters mid-fight. Locals say they protect the bay. Others just admire the symmetry. Whether you're paddling through narrow tunnels or just sitting quietly on a boat deck, the view doesn't get old. Ha Long Bay isn't just one of Vietnam's most beautiful and amazing places. It's one of the world's, and it leaves a mark. Number 6. Vietnamese coffee. If you haven't tried Vietnamese coffee, you're missing a serious experience. Vietnam isn't just one of the world's biggest coffee producers. It redefines how coffee is done. Sure, there's the ultra-expensive Cia Pei Shon, or civet coffee, made from beans that pass through a civet cat's digestive tract, costing up to $150 a kilo. But that's not the real magic. The true heart of Vietnamese coffee is in the fin filter, a slow-dripping metal device that sits right over your cup. The brew is strong, thick, and bold, often paired with sweetened condensed milk that turns it into a rich, dessert-like drink. Some prefer it over ice, others sip it hot, but either way, it hits differently. It's not just a caffeine hit, it's a ritual. You don't rush it. You sit, you sip, and you let it settle. And once you've had it, even your favorite cafe back home might start to taste dull. Number 5. Vietnamese tobacco. If you think regular cigarettes hit hard, Vietnam's got something that blows them straight out of the water. The Ju Kai is basically a long bamboo pipe used to smoke thuoc lao, which is a traditional form of strong, sun-dried tobacco. This isn't some tourist novelty. It's part of everyday life in the countryside. You'll see it everywhere, in tea stalls, roadside cafes, even casual street corners, where locals lean in and take long, thunderous drags that make a deep whooshing sound. First-timers usually don't last long. Most cough violently or collapse to the floor after one hit. Some fall over completely. But for those used to it, it's more than smoking. It's routine. It's a ritual. It's identity. And it's definitely not for beginners. The strength of thuoc lao is no joke. We mean, even seasoned cigarette smokers get caught off guard. Try it once, and you'll understand why locals respect it. Or don't try it, and keep your lungs intact. It's up to you. Number 4. Floating markets. Imagine a grocery store. Now put it on a boat. That's a floating market. And in Vietnam, it's far more than a novelty. These river-based trading spots are common in the Mekong Delta, where narrow wooden boats packed with fruits, vegetables, seafood, and steaming bowls of noodle soup bump along the water. Vendors don't just sell produce, they cook, trade, chat, and run full kitchens from boats no wider than a dining table. If you're hungry, someone will serve you a fresh meal right over the edge of their boat without missing a beat. Bargaining still happens, but now it's done by shouting across muddy currents and balancing with one foot on a floating crate. There's no quiet, no organization. There is just movement, chatter, smells, and colors colliding on the water. These markets aren't staged for tourists. They're local life, drifting on currents, feeding families, and keeping ancient rhythms alive. Controlled chaos, and yet it works. Number 3. Vietnam's blind town. Something strange lingers in the quiet town of Vinh Chau in Vietnam's Mekong Delta. It has one of the highest concentrations of blind people in the country. and no one fully agrees on why or how. Some locals believe it's tied to a spiritual curse or the wrath of forgotten spirits. Others whisper about a collapsed shrine or a shaman's ancient warning. But more grounded theories point to the massive salt fields, where generations have worked under scorching sun without protection, their eyes slowly breaking down from the glare. Scientists suggest malnutrition, genetic patterns, or prolonged UV exposure could be factors, but nothing is certain. What's remarkable is how the town has adapted. Businesses openly welcome blind workers, Braille appears in unexpected places, and neighbors help instinctively without question. Whatever the cause, Vinh Chau hasn't given up. Instead, it's evolved, quietly, strongly, turning misfortune into solidarity. In a town surrounded by questions, people still move forward with care. Number 2. Chaotic traffic. If you think your city's rush hour is bad, Vietnam's urban traffic is another universe entirely. Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are infamous for their pure, high-octane chaos. Millions of motorcycles flooding every inch of road like a never-ending swarm. Cars try to navigate through the madness, while bicycles teeter under impossible loads. Sidewalks? Don't expect to use them. They're taken up by parked bikes or moving vendors, forcing pedestrians to merge into the street alongside speeding vehicles. Traffic lights exist, but many drivers treat them more like guidelines than laws. And the honking, constant, blunt, and oddly polite, isn't aggressive. It's communication. I'm here. Don't hit me. Crossing the street feels like a trust exercise. You move slow, steady, and somehow, miraculously, the traffic flows around you. It looks impossible, sounds overwhelming, but it works. It's messy, loud, unpredictable, and completely normal. In Vietnam, the street is its own language. All right, now, let's end this with Number 1. Early school hours. If you think waking up early for school was bad, students in Vietnam have it far worse. Elementary kids begin at 7:15 a.m. sharp. High schoolers start at 7 flat. University? Some classes begin before 6:45 a.m., which means dragging yourself out of bed at an absolutely inhuman hour. It's normal to see students sleepwalking their way through the morning, eyes barely open, faces blank, and moving purely on instinct. But despite that, they somehow still manage to pull through. Schools kick off with group warm-ups and light physical activities, so imagine stretching with your classmates while your brain is still floating somewhere in dreamland. It's exhausting, but it becomes a routine. Vietnamese kids adapt to the grind early on, and for them, being alert by sunrise isn't an exception. It's life. While others are still snoozing, these students are halfway through class. There's no easing into the day. It begins early, and it hits hard. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.